What's up, YouTube? It's your boy DR2727. Shout out to my Transformers collectors, 112 scale collector. Whatever you are, shout out to you, whatever you collect. And before we get to the video, first off, COVID-19 is taking over the world. I hope you're staying safe. I hope everybody and your loved ones and everybody's washing their hands, staying home, doing whatever your government recommends you do so we can beat this thing together. And I pray that you guys are all safe and just being positive throughout this time. And for everybody who's watching this video for the first time, if you don't know, hit the subscribe button. But what I do is I do at least one video a month, always about Transformers / toy collecting. And I promise to give you guys a video once a month. So if you feel like it, hit the subscribe button down low. Doesn't make me any, but I'm promised to give a video once a month. And this month's video is a follow-up or response to Bobby Skullface video that he just dropped today about the Iconic 6. And I'll put a link into the video in the description down below. But that video basically talks about, the 6 iconic Transformers characters and, how they lead to us not being able to get a full completion set of characters in general, especially from third party. And that's just a summary of the video. And if you can look and see, if you look in my previous videos, as far as Transformers, I'm a completionist. I'm MP completionist. I want every Transformers character in the MP scale from G1. And I think that video he did was a really good video. And this is in no way a slight to him because I'm a huge Bobby Skullface fan. So much so that I pay for his Patreon. I pay $10 a month for the Patreon channel to get exclusive content. So this is in no way a knock or slight to him. This is just my response because I think he touched on it, but I think he missed kind of in touching on it, I don't think he hit the true point of it. And I think that the problem with Transformers and us not being able to get, every character ever in G1 and MP scale, I think it's twofold. And I think it's one problem that we can control and one problem we can't control. And I'll tackle the problem we can't control first. And the problem we can't control is Transformers popularity. G1 came out in 84, ran to like 88, 89, 90, whatever. And it's just, in today's world, Transformers isn't that popular. I have stock in Hasbro, and I think even in another video, I think Skullface or Deluxe, one of them noted, Transformers is only like the 21st most popular toy franchise in the world. So it's behind things like Nerf, Pokemon, Barbie, whatever. And if you think about it, it's not, if you look at GI action figures, it's behind Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and those brands and some of the other brands that we may not be as familiar with. So I don't think that Hasbro invests as much into it. And why would they, right? Like, you invest in what's most popular and you give, you put the most money into what's most popular. And being that Transformers isn't as popular, they're not going to put that much into it, especially an MP line where it's more expensive, right? So that leads to the birth of third party, which I love third party. I love third party more than anything out. And third party has found a lane in making, characters that will never see the light of day. In a lot of cases, third party is better than Hasbro Takara official releases. And they've made it to a point, and this is the part that we can control as a fandom. And the reason that they haven't made more is, one, it's only so many people buying Transformers anyway. We just talked about how they aren't as popular. Two, the people who are buying them are probably, inside our fandom, you get the group who only buy MP, so that washes down third party more. But then you get the group who don't want to spend that money on it, which, if Transformers out of 100, if only out of 100 toy collectors, if only 15 people are buying Transformers in general, then, if 3 of them are saying, hey, I only buy official, that takes that number down to 12 who would even buy third party. And then out of those 12, if 5 of them are saying, hey, that's too much money, I'll just collect the main line, Chug stuff or whatever, that takes that number from 12 to 7. So now, out of 15 possible people who even like Transformers enough to spend money on it, we down to 7 people who are willing to spend money on third party figures. And so then out of that 7, you got to think of how many people are like, well, I don't need to be a completionist for whatever reason, space, whatever reason. Or I just don't care enough about a character. So sure, the Iconic 6 Bobby Skullface talked about, they're going to get a mainline release. And, third party may tack on and give them a release because they know that those characters will make money. Hence why we've seen third party tackle Primes, Bumblebees, Starscreams, Soundwaves, Megatrons, and Grimlocks, you know, in various scales. That's why, because they know they're going to sell. And if the main line isn't going to do a video Grimlock, third party, Planet X, like, hell, we'll do a Grimlock and make money. Or we'll do a Megatron, which everybody in their mama did a Megatron, right? You know what I'm saying? Not going to rehash that point. But as you get down to the Sandstorms of the world, or the Computrons of the world, or the Squirrel Crunchers of the world, those 7 people who have the money, the inclination to even buy it, they be like, well, I don't care so much about Skull Crunchy. Maybe if I get to it, I get to it. I don't. So now you're down to 7. You're down to 7 people, and inside that 7 people is where we as Transformers fans feel. We have a group inside that 7 who are like, I'll just buy the KO. That destroys it, and that's the biggest problem that we can control as a fandom. Is that we choose to buy KOs, we choose to not invest in this fandom. So if third party, which nobody's talking about, barely makes it in general, if we, the dedicated collectors, aren't buying everything they release for cutting our own throats to spite our face, then what options do they have to release it? This already isn't the most popular franchise in general. This isn't a group of people who want to spend money, as you can see by the Chug, the KO collectors, the Legends collectors. I mean, there are so many things that go against Transformers that his video didn't touch on, is why it's hard to get a full completion set. And also, they've done most of the characters. Let's be fair. Let's give third party kudos on that. They've done probably 85% of the characters that need to be done. Now, whether you like that representation or not is something different. But in the MP scale, like Sandstorm right here, they've done a Sandstorm. People may not like it, but a third-party company has done the Sandstorm. So they've hit on 85% of those characters. It's just that, is it worth that last 15% when people aren't, the characters that have been somewhat popular have already been done. So unless you have a stellar reputation a la Fans Toys, or MMC, who has a real fan base, it's gonna be hard for you to produce a character that people are gonna get. I want a Slug Slinger, a Trigger Happy, and a Misfire. Will we get those? Maybe not, because out of those 7 people, how many of them are clamoring for a Trigger Happy, a Slug Slinger, and a Misfire? What if out of those 7, if 3 clamor for it, does it make enough sense for third party to make 3? That's another thing. Who knows? But I think that what we can do as a fan base, if you are into this fan base and into this collecting line, and I'm not talking about Chug collectors or Legends collectors. If you're an MP collector, when a new company says they will release something, especially G1, we need to put our money where our mouth is and invest in. So that's just my response. Go back and watch Bubba's Skullface video. He talks about his iconic 6, and I'll let him say which ones there are. But I think that, the underlying problem is that A, Transformers aren't that popular, and B, even for the people who are willing to spend money on Transformers fans who spend money, we're notoriously cheap. We're lame for looking at KOs, and even in KOs, because think about it like this. Hot Toys release something. They aren't talking about the Marvel. They don't group those guys with the Marvel Legends collectors. No disrespect to anybody, and what you spend, what you like is what you like. But you see those figures, you never see that group talking about, I'll just wait for the KO, or hopefully somebody KOs it. The Hot Toys collectors are just bound. And that's why they keep getting Stormtrooper, Death Trooper, whatever, because Hot Toys knows that, hey, these are popular franchises who have a bigger fan base, who people will spend money behind it. So as Transformers collectors, just to reinforce, we have to spend money behind the collection, behind the toys, because this isn't the most popular franchise. Anyway, those are my thoughts and my response to his video. And there's no knock on him, great video. Just saying that I think the underlying problem is the popularity of Transformers and the type of people who collect Transformers. I think that's the underlying problem about why we won't get a full completion set of MP Transformers.